Today, I'm diving into something that I think we've all been thinking about lately, which is how to live below your means. And before you roll your eyes and think, I'm about to say you're going to have to give up your morning coffee, bear with me, because this isn't about deprivation, it's about empowerment. It's about making choices that actually serve you. So what do you think of when you hear the phrase living below your means? Is it about cutting back? Is it about feeling restricted? Or is it about something deeper, like aligning your spending with your values and what really matters to you? Because trust me, I get it. Life is expensive right now, and it feels like your money just disappears. I've been there looking at my bank statement and thinking, where the hell has it all gone? How did I spend so much without even realizing? But to me, living below your means doesn't mean giving up on the things that make you happy. It's about being intentional with your spending so you actually get more of the things that you value. With everything being so expensive right now, it's easy to feel like money's just slipping away. But living below your means can help you take back control. It's a way to set yourself up for the life that you want. Instead of letting money just slip through your fingers, get value out of every single penny that you spend. It's simple, really. If it doesn't add value to your life, don't spend it. For me, this really hits home when I just look around my house and see all of the stuff that I barely use. Things that I bought because I thought I needed it, and it honestly doesn't make me any happier. It just adds to the clutter of my house, and it's another thing to clean. Have you ever felt like that? Like you're just buying things to fill a gap, but it's not really working? Imagine spending your money in a way that feels good because it's actually aligned with what matters to you. I know it's easier said than done. Personally, I'm still working on it, but it's a process. And I know everything seems expensive at the minute, but following these tips worked for me. The first step to living below your means is understanding where your money is actually going. I remember when I started tracking my spending, and wow, it was eye-opening. So much money that I earned was going towards things that I didn't even value. And it wasn't easy to face, but it was worth it. My worst spending by far was clothes. I used to, and I still sometimes do, overspend on clothes. I think I need these clothes to make me feel confident, and I only regret it later because ultimately it doesn't really matter to me what I'm wearing. Confidence is not your outward appearance, it's something deeper. If I overspend on holidays or having a good time with the people that I love, I don't mind as much because I'm making memories, which is valuable to me. Overspending on clothes and takeaways just pisses me off because in the long run, it doesn't matter to me at all, and I don't really care. So step one is about being honest with where your money is going. Just take 10 minutes a week to track all of your spending, everything that's coming in and out of your bank accounts. It's far more powerful than budgeting because it's what has actually happened and will prompt you more to change your bad spending habits. Just use a pen and paper, or you could use a spreadsheet. If you want, there's a link to the wealth planner that I use in the description. So after I tracked my spending and knew exactly where my money was going, I implemented some small changes that had a big difference. The first one was just starting with a quick win. With so many streaming, fitness and digital service subscriptions, it's easy to overlook how much exactly you are spending every month. Start with a quick win and do a subscription audit. You'd be surprised at how much money you can save by cancelling things that you don't even use. I do this every few months and it's so satisfying. Another tip is to shop smart. I stick to my shopping list now so that I have no more impulse buys in the supermarket. It's not glamorous, but it works. I also rethink want purchases. It sounds simple, but identifying a want versus a need is tough. Have you ever bought something on impulse and then felt guilty later? I think we've all been there. So before any non-essential purchase, I ask myself, will I even care about this in a year? And give it at least 24 hours before I press the buy button. It saved me a fortune. Another tip is to embrace secondhand. I have found so many treasures secondhand, and the savings are huge. Another thing that I've recently started doing is food shop optimization. The price of food is predicted to rise even more in the future. Before you do your big food shop, With your list, check your cupboards first and plan some meals around that. This will help cut down on those last minute, I'll just pop to the shop, and you end up spending 30 quid on nothing. I'm also trying to embrace buying in bulk to try and cut down costs. I also save by doing DIY personal care. Some of your self-care routine can be DIY. I haven't been to a hairdresser for over 20 years. Hopefully you can't really tell, although I did cut my fringe a bit wonky, which is why I've got a hair clip in. I do my own nails and brows, and I also do my own face masks. And I use this clay, which was about £12 off Amazon and last me over a year. I also use browser extension and apps that automatically apply discounts and give me cash back when I'm shopping online. These apps are becoming more sophisticated and can find hidden discounts without any effort. I always try to use the cashback site when I'm shopping online if I can remember. Have you ever avoided looking at your finances hoping that they'll just magically work themselves out? I used to, and it only made things worse. Ignoring issues doesn't make them go away. Managing my money was a game changer. It turned looking at bank statements from a dreaded task to a powerful way for me to take control of my money. So pull your head out of the sand and get to grips with your finances. Once you know what you're dealing with, you can start to move forward. A great way to stay motivated is by setting goals. My Ultimate Wealth Planner shows me my freedom day and tracks my net worth. This is a big motivation for me, and it actually makes me excited to sit down every month and work through my finances, because what gets measured gets managed. Setting financial goals turns the vague idea of saving into real, achievable targets. Whether it's saving for an emergency fund, a down payment on a house, or even planning your retirement, these goals give your efforts direction and purpose. Another thing I've learned is to practice mindful spending. I've realized that a lot of my impulsive purchases are from seeing what others have and thinking that I need that for myself. Social media makes it hard. I used to buy things through social media, and then when it turned up, think, what the hell have I got this for? Why did I even buy this? Social media makes it so easy to think, if they have it, I should too. But here's what I've realized the hard way. It's so much more fulfilling to spend your money on things that actually add to your life, not just things that look good on Instagram. This is a big one. Stop comparing. Imagine just walking past that handbag or gadget that you want, not because you can't afford it, but because you choose not to. Imagine that every time you decide not to buy something, you're putting that money towards something bigger, a bigger dream. Maybe a holiday that you've always wanted, or a down payment on a house, or even a life without work. For me, choosing not to buy things impulsively gave me the ability to save for things that actually matter, like a holiday that I could enjoy without guilt, or a comfortable emergency fund that lets me sleep in peace every night. Living below your means doesn't mean going without, but it does mean choosing with intention. Instead of buying something because it's trendy, ask yourself, will this add to my life? And if not, put that money towards something that will. If you sat there thinking, oh well, that's all well and good, but I don't even know what my money values are, I've got a free value workbook in the description that'll help you figure that out so that you can live your life on your own terms. Now let's talk about some big areas where you can save, like transport. When I switched to a cheaper, more fuel efficient car, I was amazed at how much money was left in my bank account every month. Do you know the true cost of your car beyond just the sticker price of it? For me, realizing the true cost of my car, like fuel, insurance, maintenance, was eye-opening. Energy costs are always rising, so consider some more energy efficient things for your home, like LED light bulbs, a smart thermostat, and regular maintenance on heating and cooling systems can save you a fortune in the long run. Even just turning down the heating a couple of degrees and putting a jumper on can help you save money on bills. Now let's talk about financial peace of mind. One of the best ways to protect yourself is by creating a small emergency fund, or as I like to call it, a life buffer. It doesn't need to be big to start with, it just needs to be something. No Knowing that you have something set aside for unknown expenses is priceless. Living below your means isn't about sacrificing, it's about freedom. It's about saying yes to the things that truly matter to you and no to the things that don't. It's about creating space in your life, not just financially, but emotionally and mentally too. When you're not constantly stressed about money, you have the freedom to make choices that serve your values and bring you real joy. This year, to help me live below my means, I'm giving up buying clothes for a full year. I have far too many already, and it's not even in my values, but it is in all of my regretful purchases. Let's make this the year that we gain control of our finances together. No sacrifices, just smarter choices. Thanks for watching, and remember, it's not about giving things up, it's about making room for what matters most. See you next time.